Narcissists possess an inflated sense of self-importance, a constant need for admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. Their personality traits often lead to destructive behavior and strained relationships. However, certain predictable outcomes arise when a narcissist encounters an undefeatable enemy who refuses to enable their manipulative tactics. This video will explore what happens when a narcissist faces an unbeatable adversary. Number 1. Initial shock and disbelief. Narcissists thrive on power and control, seeking to dominate and manipulate others to meet their desires and maintain their inflated self-image. They believe they are superior and expect others to comply with their demands. When faced with an undefeatable enemy who refuses to submit or be influenced by their tactics, the narcissist's power is challenged, and their illusion of control is shattered. The initial shock experienced by a narcissist in such a situation stems from their inability to comprehend or accept that someone is not susceptible to their manipulation. Their disbelief arises from the fact that they have likely encountered little resistance in their interactions with others. Narcissists may have come to believe that their manipulation tactics are foolproof. They may feel threatened as their carefully constructed facade of superiority and invincibility is jeopardized. Number 2. Increased aggression and defensiveness. When a narcissist encounters someone they perceive as an undefeatable enemy, meaning someone who poses a significant threat to their sense of superiority and self-worth, they often respond with increased aggression and defensiveness. This reaction is driven by their deep-rooted need to maintain their inflated self-image and their inability to accept criticism or the idea that they can be challenged. Narcissists typically have an exaggerated sense of their importance and believe they are superior to others. They constantly seek admiration and validation from those around them to reinforce this self-perception. When they encounter someone who poses a genuine threat to their grandiose self-image, such as someone who is exceptionally talented, accomplished, or intelligent, it shakes the very foundation of their belief system. Number 3. Escalation of manipulative tactics. When narcissists perceive someone as an undefeatable enemy or a threat to their ego, they typically respond by escalating manipulative tactics. Narcissists have a deep need for admiration, control, and a sense of superiority. So when they encounter someone who challenges their self-perception or threatens their dominance, they become even more determined to regain control. Narcissists often use manipulative tactics when faced with an undefeatable enemy. They may resort to gaslighting, playing the victim, or distorting reality. The ultimate goal of employing these manipulative tactics is to undermine the opponent's credibility, diminish their power, and regain control over the situation. Narcissists are driven by their overwhelming need for admiration and control. When faced with an undefeatable enemy, they intensify their efforts to manipulate and dominate the situation to protect their fragile egos. Number 4. Character assassination. When a narcissist encounters someone they perceive as an undefeatable enemy, someone they cannot overpower or control through their usual tactics, they may resort to character assassination to gain the upper hand. Character assassination is a deliberate attempt to destroy or tarnish someone's reputation, credibility, or public image. To execute character assassination, narcissists employ various strategies to undermine their opponent's standing and credibility in the eyes of others. This includes spreading rumors or gossip about the individual, distorting the truth to make them appear dishonest or immoral, and revealing private or sensitive information to embarrass or shame them. The goal of character assassination for the narcissist is to regain control over the situation and turn others against their adversary. By damaging their opponent's reputation, the narcissist hopes to diminish their influence, weaken their support network, and ultimately discredit any opposition or criticism they may pose. Number 5. Lack of empathy and emotional blackmail. Emotional blackmail involves the narcissist exploiting their understanding of their opponent's vulnerabilities, weaknesses, or emotional triggers. They may use guilt, pity, or emotional manipulation to manipulate their opponent into submitting to their demands or to make them feel responsible for the narcissist's negative emotions or actions. Narcissists lack empathy, which means they have difficulty understanding or relating to the feelings and experiences of others. This lack of empathy enables them to disregard the impact of their actions on others, including their opponent. They are primarily focused on their own needs, desires, and self-image. By employing emotional blackmail, the narcissist aims to create a sense of powerlessness and vulnerability in their opponent. They may use tactics such as gaslighting, manipulating someone into believing their reality, playing the victim, or manipulating the emotions of others to undermine their opponent's strength and maintain control. Number 6. Seeking allies and enablers. Narcissists may feel a profound sense of insecurity and fear when confronted with an enemy they perceive as unbeatable, such as someone more skilled, knowledgeable, or influential. A narcissist will seek allies and enablers willing to support and validate their perspective to counteract this threat. They may turn to individuals who are sympathetic to their cause, such as friends, family members, or colleagues who share their biases or interests. The narcissist hopes to strengthen their position and regain control by aligning themselves with these supporters. Additionally, narcissists may also attempt to recruit individuals who are unaware of their manipulative nature. They exploit the ignorance or naivety of others, presenting a distorted version of events or portraying themselves as victims. The narcissist bolsters their credibility and diminishes their perceived enemy's influence by convincing others to side with them. Number 7. Intensified projection. Projection is a defense mechanism commonly used by narcissists to attribute their flaws, insecurities, and behaviors to others. When confronted by an undefeatable enemy, the narcissist may intensify their projection tactics. By deflecting attention away from themselves, they hope to maintain their self-image as faultless and shift the blame onto their opponent. They may shift the focus onto the other person and accuse them of being incompetent, dishonest, or manipulative, even when the evidence suggests otherwise. Narcissists may amplify or fabricate negative characteristics in their enemy to divert attention from their flaws. They might spread false rumors, criticize their appearance, or undermine their achievements, attempting to diminish the enemy's credibility and divert attention from their shortcomings. Number 8. Loss of power and control. The adversary might possess qualities or strengths that make them resist the narcissist's manipulation. They may have a solid sense of self, boundaries, and a strong support network, which makes it difficult for the narcissist to exert control over them. As a result, the narcissist experiences a loss of power and control. This is a significant blow to their ego and self-image, as they cannot dominate or manipulate their opponent. Their attempts to undermine, devalue, or exploit the other person fail, leading to frustration and anger. The loss of power and control exposes the narcissist's vulnerabilities and challenges their belief in superiority. It can be a humbling experience for them as they are confronted with the reality that they are not as invincible or all-powerful as they perceive themselves to be. Number 9. Exposure of true colors. When narcissists encounter a situation or a person that significantly threatens their inflated self-image, their facade begins to crumble. As the narcissist's carefully crafted image starts to crack, their true nature becomes more apparent to those around them. The mask of superiority and invincibility slips, revealing their underlying traits, such as manipulative tactics, a lack of empathy, and an intense desire to control others. This exposure can be witnessed by individuals observing the narcissist's behavior or those directly involved in the situation. Number 10. The narcissist becomes obsessed. When confronted with an undefeatable enemy, the narcissist's obsession with power and control intensifies. They become fixated on regaining the upper hand, often at the expense of their well-being and those around them. This obsession drives them to dedicate significant time and energy towards plotting revenge and re-establishing dominance. It's important to note that narcissists' obsession with their undefeatable enemy can have detrimental effects on their well-being and the well-being of those around them. Their relentless pursuit of power and control can lead to strained relationships, isolation, and mental and emotional health deterioration. These responses shed light on the complex dynamics when their inflated self-image is challenged. From the initial shock and disbelief to the eventual obsession, each step is a testament to the narcissist's fragile ego and inability to cope with the real adversity. If you are interested in narcissism topics, why not check out this video right here? You might find this helpful.